Welcome, guys, to 505.
On the rise. And today we have Gabriel Chavez.
Alrighty, what's up, everyone? My name's Gabriel Chavez. I'm 18 years old, coming out of Albuquerque, New Mexico, and I'm a future parkour and free running world champion.
Oh, I like that, bro.
Ambition, bro.
Yes,
I like
sir.
it.
Yeah, bro, that's awesome. Well, I wanted to talk about the fact that you hit us up first and how that was. Like, how did you hear about us and stuff like that? Because a lot of
Yeah.
people are like scared to hit us up, and we have to hit them up first sometimes. Which like you hit us up first, and I thought that was amazing.
Alright, bet.
So-
What's his name? I always say it wrong. It's
Roca.
Roca.
Shout out to
Alright.
David.
So yeah, shout out Roca. So I was doing my YouTube series, which I've kind of fell off with it right now because personal stuff going on. But he had told me to reach out to you guys because he was like, yo, they can help you like expand and everything, and you guys can help each other. And I was like, all right. And like I've always been like a person to go after what I want, and like if I want to like do something, then I'll go try and like make it happen.
Yeah, of course.
So I was like, all right, I'll hit him up. I'm not just gonna like wait around for someone to hit me up, So I went over to you guys. I hit you guys up, and you guys hit me up right back, which I wasn't expecting. I ain't gonna lie, because like usually when I hit people up to try and do something, they just like don't answer. But you guys hit me up, which I was thankful for. So now I'm here.
Bro, we got hell excited when you hit us up.
Yeah, bro, we were in Whataburger.
Yeah, we were chilling like late at night at a Whataburger just in the parking lot, and then we're like, oh, we just got a request, like someone DM'd us. We checked it out and we're like, oh shit, that's dope, because like you don't hear a lot of people like doing stuff that you're doing, you know what I
Yeah.
mean, like parkour and stuff like that. Like I think, to be honest, you're the first person that I've met who actually wants to like pursue that. And
Yeah.
I'm like, that's dope.
I get that a lot, honestly. Like everyone always tells me that. They'll be like, what do you do? And I'm like, oh, it's called parkour. And they're like, I've never met anyone who does that. And I'm like, oh, nice.
Well, that's sick that you're the first person we meet and the person we have right here in our podcast, bro.
Heck yeah.
But like, how did it start, bro? How did that passion start for you?
Oh, all right. So it goes all the way back to about 5th grade, 6th grade. So you guys know what Assassin's Creed is, right?
Of course,
yeah.
bro. I have Valhalla right now. I've been playing Valhalla, bro.
Heck yeah. So I had the first Assassin's Creed I ever played was Unity.
Mhm.
And like I grinded the game. I was like, oh, this is dope. And like I was looking up like stuff on like YouTube, how to like find like certain items and stuff. And like on my recommended came up this video, and it was Assassin's Creed parkour in real life. And I was like, wait, what? Like this sounds sick. So I clicked on it, and like the dude was like jumping over stuff. He was doing flips and everything. And I was like, yo, I want to do that.
I
you
seen
know?
that actually. With
Yeah.
They told me that the hoodie and everything.
Yeah.
The costume and everything.
They're all crazy.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, this is dope. So like after the video, they're like, oh, like go check out their channel. And I was like, okay, I have to. And I went on the dude's channel. His name was Gabriel Chavez. And he was honestly the first guy I looked up to in parkour, but he had a bunch of tutorials on his channel.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, like I could do this in my living room. So like I like got my phone, or I had an iPod at the time. So I got my iPod, and I put on a video, and I was doing exactly what he was doing in the video. I was like rolling all over the floor and everything. I was like, oh, this is dope. And that carried on for about like maybe like a month or so, just learning off the YouTube videos.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was telling my dad about it. I was like, oh, this is cool and everything. He's like, well, if you could find a place where you can like someone could teach it to you, like we'll go take you there. So I did my research and everything, and I had found a parkour gym, because there used to be a parkour gym here, and it was called 0 Point Parkour. And I showed him, he took me over there, and then from there, that's basically where it took off.
So there was that place doesn't exist anymore, or?
No, sadly it shut down.
Oh,
So like
damn.
I was able to train there for 2 years, which kind of sucked that it shut down, because like that was one of the big reasons I was actually getting good really quick.
Mhm.
And then once it shut down, the hard thing about parkour is there's not a lot of safe ways to like practice it. you know?
Yeah.
So it's like either you have a gym and you're able to progress things up, or you go to like maybe a gymnastics gym, you learn a little bit, and then the rest you kind of just got to hook outside, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
And
Or
yeah.
like, what about like trampoline parks? Do those help?
Honestly, that did help a little bit in my journey. There's probably about a year where I went to a trampoline park, and I was just like practicing flips in there. And that's
Okay.
honestly where I met a little bit more of the community from Albuquerque.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is there like a Facebook community? Like, you know how there's like
Yeah.
a Facebook community for everything?
Uh,
Have you looked into that?
no, I haven't. Cause honestly, I know the whole community that lives here,
Mm.
and honestly, it's kind of like sad or anything, but the community here is like kind of dying, and like it sucks for me, and I know it sucks for everyone else too. But everyone's starting life.
No, definitely.
I'm the youngest in it right now. I was kind of like the last person who came into it here, so like now everyone kind of grew up or like moved and everything, and now it's like. Now I'm kind of like stuck,
Mm-hmm.
and like I gotta find my own route now. So
So,
Go ahead.
so like on what was it called? 0 Point Park
0 Point Parkour.
Parkour. Like So why did it close? Is it because of COVID or was it just no
Oh,
one
this
was?
was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was like
Oh, it was a long time.
yeah, probably when I was like in 8th grade. It closed down. From what I heard, I don't know if this was true or not, but like the owner was kind of like being dumb with the money, and then they kind of like had money problems, and then it just shut down. So, and
bro, but like in the future, bro, just like imagine like if you do become like world champ, like you say, would be down to open one here for like?
Oh, dude,
I'd get a membership ASAP
hey,
just
for
to
real,
practice.
just
So-
to fucking do flips and shit.
now that you guys bring that up, let me tell you my plan. So, obviously, I'm gonna win the Red Bar in Motion. That's my dream. I'm gonna
Let's
make
get
it
it,
happen. So once I do that, I'm gonna open up a gym, like you said. But I'm gonna open up like multiple gyms around the world is my goal, because I want to be able to give like kids something that I didn't have, which was a safe place to train this sport and like good people to teach them so they can do it safer, and it would help grow the sport too. Because like if you look at, so like say like your kid came up to you and you was like, oh, I want to do this, and you're like, what's it called? Parkour. And you're like, oh, you look it up, you're mostly gonna see people jumping off of roofs on concrete, jumping over huge size skyscrapers, and you'll be like, I'm not gonna let you do that.
Yeah,
you know?
definitely not.
And like that's a bad rep for the sport. But having safe gyms around and everything, it's kind of like gymnastics. Like, oh, they have matting and all this, and there's like a safe way to do it, so it's gonna help grow the sport. And that's what I really want to do. And then after that, I also want to write a book. And the main thing about the book is it mainly I want to target parkour athletes, but also like anyone else who has a dream. And I want to tell people that like chasing your dreams is possible, you know, and you, as long as you go 100% into it, like you can possibly make it. It's not guaranteed, but you can try. And I want to like show people that it's not easy either, you know. I want kids to be able to read something and like be able to relate, you know, because you know when you're going through something and you feel like you're the only one with it, and like you don't want to go for someone to help, and you're just kind of like, dang, I wish someone else felt like this, but I don't want to go to someone. Well, they could just get this book and be like, oh, I didn't have to go to someone, I just read this, but like this dude went through the same thing I went through, so like, you know what, maybe I should push through this too, because he pushed through it and look where he is now. You know,
that's amazing,
So,
bro.
dude, that's inspirational.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you.
But so this tournament, how do you enter, or how is that? Like that's the thing.
Okay, so for the Red Bull Art of Motion, there's 2 ways you can get into the competition. So the first way is the most like well known. It's called the online qualifiers.
Okay.
So people can, anywhere around the world, wherever you are, you can make a submission video, and you just showcase your best moves, your best lines, everything, and you submit it. And, like a bunch of people usually like submit their stuff, and then the judges they'll go through them all, and they'll pick like the top 5. I think it's top 5, and those top 5 get like a sponsored trip out to wherever the competition is. Yeah, and like 4 years ago, it took place in Santorini, Greece, and then this past year, it took place in Montera, Italy.
Oh wow!
So if you don't make the online qualifiers, then you can fly out there and do the on-site qualifiers, and you can. I'm pretty sure they take like the top 5 from there too, and you can qualify there. And the last way is if you won the previous year.
Oh, so you're guaranteed.
Yeah.
Dang,
that's dope as hell.
Yeah, that's a lot though. Like, cause I know, well, the 2 places you just mentioned, they're in Europe. That's a lot of money for a plane ticket to go qualify on site.
And like honestly, that brings up like a lot of the problems of why the parkour community is taking a little bit longer to grow, is because we're at this weird part in like a transition in our sport where the judging and everything for competition isn't very good, and then like you said, parkour athletes aren't the most wealthiest people. You know? You definitely, it's hard. There's very few who can make a living off this sport, and the ones who do, it's not really off the sport. It's basically just influencing, you know,
sponsors, endorsements, all that stuff.
Bro, and then you know how you sent me this YouTuber? I don't know his name. I forgot it.
Jimmy the Giant.
Jimmy the Giant.
Yeah.
So I was looking into his videos, and then one of them was like, "Why isn't parkour so like mainstream?"
Yeah.
And then he was basically comparing it to like skateboarding. And then they were like, if you ask someone about parkour and they tell them to name someone that is a parkour, that's how you say it.
Yeah, like a professional parkour athlete or free runner.
Yeah. So they would be like, they wouldn't know anybody. But if you go up to someone who's like, "No, can you name a professional skateboarder?" Well, they would be like Tony Hawk.
Yeah.
Well, he's like the only one that I really know.
Yeah, definitely. And then another big thing for like skateboard is that they have like artists like that skateboard, like Tyler the Creator, for example.
Oh yeah.
And then they have Justin Bieber, bro. The homie was a skater too. Like you know, just things like that help out the community to build
influence that sport.
Yeah, and then also, I guess a like the wear of the. Like the wear that they wear for skating.
Mm-hmm.
Like Supreme, I didn't know it was a skating brand, but like
mm-hmm.
I guess Supreme was, and then like Tyler the Creator was repping that shit before it was like popping, and then
doesn't Tyler Creator have his like little donut like brand thing?
Yeah, it's like a skater one thing too,
yeah.
you know,
OF or something.
and then
Odd
like
Future.
bands, you know, and then that's what I was gonna ask you, like what is attire that like parkourers usually wear, or you know, or like a brand that's like connected to them.
What's hard about it is there's not really a brand, so like there's definitely like parkour teams who make like clothing, or they'll make like shoes, which is fairly new, and that's really it. Like you got Team Farang clothing, but that's predominantly a parkour brand. Free runners are usually going to be the only ones to buy that stuff.
Yeah.
And you have Store, which is, they're honestly the biggest in the sport right now, or most well known. They have like over 1 million on YouTube, and they're actually working on a parkour video game right now.
That's
so
dope.
yeah,
Sick,
that's dope.
so they're kind of trying to do it like Skate, and like they're trying to make a game to where, you know, you can invent moves on it, but also like if kids start playing the game, like, oh, I want to do this in real life, well, you can, like,
yeah, I feel like that video game version of parkour would be like really hard, because like watching those videos that you recommend to watch, like the Red Bull Art of Motion, like you need to have like so much like creativity, and it's just like it's limitless. Like you're free to do whatever, and like in a video game it's kind of limited, you know what I mean? So that it would be really interesting to see how they would put that into a video game.
I was thinking the same thing. Like I think that's gonna be interesting as well.
Unless it's VR.
VR.
You could practice parkour VR.
Literally just throws a front flip and like lands on the TV.
For real. Yo, I was gonna ask you, so what shoes do you wear? That's the thing I was like concerned about, because your feet are the most important. You know, like the ones that absorb the most impact at first.
Yeah.
So what shoes do you?
Too,
oh yeah, definitely. But like it's happened to me with like soccer when you play indoor. If you step kind of hard, you get like a bruised heel.
Yeah.
Like, and then I'm pretty sure you experienced something like that.
Yeah, I definitely have. So all right, we'll start like when I first started. So when I first started, I actually used indoors to train, and the whole reason I used indoors is because the grip was really good on them. And like that's usually what I look for the most in a parkour shoe is grip, because like I don't want to slip. I've had multiple times where I've slipped on a rail. Like one time I slipped on a rail and I have like 5 scars on my back just from like slamming the rail. But so I started off using indoor soccer shoes, and then after that there's these shoes called Tigers, and a lot of the athletes in parkour were using them because the grip was really good and they were lightweight, they were flexible. So I started using those, but what I came to realize, like you said, the impact, my feet weren't having it. So I was like, I need to find something more cushiony. And so I was searching, and I found these ones. They're pretty popular now. They're called Strike. There's Strike Movement something, but a lot of free runners use them today. And like everyone loves the grip on them and everything, but with me, like I said, that's how I got the scars on my back, because I guess I got a bad batch from them when I like contacted them. They said they had oil on the bottom, but even after that, the grip on them I didn't like, but the cushioning was good. So I was like stuck at a median, you know? And then Team Farang is a well-known parkour group around the world, and they did a lot for the sport, and they had just recently released their like the first parkour shoe that was meant for parkour. Wow. And I got them. I fell in love with them. So those are the shoes that I use now.
What are they called again?
Team Farang. I forgot what the name of the shoe was.
Team Farang. Yeah. I'll look them up though.
Team Farang, yeah, for sure.
No, but dude, I was thinking, I was like, when you become champ, bro, you can make your own like brand of shoes as well. You know.
You know, I was thinking about that, but I would need some help with that for sure.
Of course, yeah.
I know nothing about shoes.
El drip help que te la ayude.
Yeah, I have some design ideas.
No. Okay.
But that's dope, bro. So that's one of your worst injuries, I've heard, probably.
Your back.
Oh, have you had worse?
I've had worse, bro. Dude, all right, we'll start with one time I was in, I think, 8th grade. I was jumping on the petroglyphs, and I was getting, like on the rocks and stuff, yeah. And like I had this line in mind, and my friend was like, "Oh, let's record that," because I had already done it. I was like, "Okay, bet." So I was doing it. I was jumping on the rocks and everything, and I jumped on this one rock, and I went to jump off of it, and the rock like fell, and then I went face first. It was probably like, it was taller than how I am now. And I went face first in like the boulder right underneath me, bro. Wow. And I was just like, my friend has the clip of it too. I'll have to ask him for it, but. Like, I remember I hit, and, like, I had braces at the time, so my lip was stuck to my face. Oh, no. And, like, my face was just gouging, and I was like, yo, what the hell's going on? And my friend jumps down, he's like, yo, you good? And I was like, I think so. And, like, nothing really bad happened, but I was just dazed. So
okay, that's good. I was like, damn, that's your whole face,
that sounds
bro.
Yeah,
on a rock.
So.
And then it's crazy, especially because you had already done the stunt, kind of.
Yeah.
So that's what sucks, bro. Like I already did it, and then it doesn't work out.
That rock says nah.
Bro,
has other plans.
Like, how do you overcome like that fear of like doing a flip or like not knowing what's gonna, like when you're free running, right? Because you basically you gotta adapt, right? And like whatever you find, you use to like jump off, flip off, like so like I don't know, how do you come up with like overcome that fear to just jump and flip and like spin like?
So like honestly, it takes a lot of practice, and like I know it sounds cliche, but it does. So what I've learned through parkour is, and you ask like bigger free runners too, is there's always going to be that fear factor, but the whole reason that's there is just to warn you that something can happen. It's not there to stop you. So the quicker you learn that, the better off you're going to be. But usually when free runners do things, like people see it as dangerous, but a free runner's not going to go for something unless they're confident they can do it. So like if I was going for like a side flip on grass, everyone's like, yo, that's dangerous. I'm like, well, I've done this so many times onto a mat, I know I could do it on grass. Now I've done it so many times on grass, I could do it on concrete. Done so many times on concrete, I could do it over a gap, you know. And it just comes down to how many times you rep it and how comfortable you are with your body. Because the one thing about free runners is they're all very comfortable with their bodies. They know their bodies well. So I can like look at a jump and I can gauge if I can make it or not. So like if it's from here to the wall and I'm standing, I know I can make that. But if it's farther, I'll be like, no, that's out of my reach.
Yeah.
So
you gotta know your limits.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
And also it comes down to when you do know your limits and you're going for a scary jump, it's still scary. But you just got to be able to like calm yourself and like build yourself up and be like, you know what? Like I know I can do this. As long as I fully commit, even if it goes wrong, I know where I'm at and there, I can do it. As long as you don't bail, you know, you're usually fine. But if you're just setting for a trick and you get scared and you get out of it, then you know it's just not meant for you to do that trick today and just come back another day.
There's a lot of mental preparedness, right?
Yeah,
as well, then?
very.
Yeah. And I was gonna ask, like, what is a trick or something that you worked on, and then you finally got it, or something that you're like proud of, like a trick that you can do?
Like a single trick or like a scary jump or something?
Or both, bro, honestly.
All right. So there was this one jump at UNM. It's on my Instagram. It was like a gap, and like the ledge was probably about like this thick, and I was looking at it because my friends were looking at it. They're like, yo, like I've been wanting to like side flip pre this gap. And what a side flip pre is when you flip and then you land on a ledge. And I was like, oh, like I kind of knew in my head, like I'm pretty good at side flips. And I was like, yeah, I've done some side pre's before. I was like, maybe I'll take a look at it. So I got up there and like, usually I don't push my limits as far, you know. I take my time going to things. But like I had just gone back from training in Austin for a month. And like I was pretty confident this time with my movement and everything. I was looking at the gap and I was like, yo, I could definitely do this. And like they're like, you're gonna send it? I was like, yeah, I'm gonna send it. I was like, I know I could do this. And like my nerves were getting up, so I was like, I gotta do this before my nerves get up. And so the first time I sent it, I overshot it and my foot landed on it, but my right foot went off, so I kinda like fell under the concrete, but I like rolled out of it. Like you can see the clip on my Insta. And then the second time I did it, I hit it perfect. And like that's probably one of like the scariest things I've done so far.
Yeah.
But definitely trying to push past that, but I was super proud when I did that. Like I was super hyped. Like it made my day for like a week.
That's so dope. Just flexing on it.
Yeah,
it's
sick.
That's dope. And then what do your parents think like right now of it? Like
so interesting enough, when I first started, my dad was like super supportive. He didn't really know what it was. I didn't really show me like crazy videos, but like my dad's always just been supportive of me. And like if I want to try something, he'll go and let me try it. You know, it's like he was one of those dads who was like, I didn't get to do things when I was younger because he never had the money. He had a big family. His parents never pushed him to go do stuff or anything. So with me and my sister and my other brother Chris, he wanted us to try stuff. You know, he wanted us to do stuff he never got to do. So anytime I found an interest, he was like, you know what, I'll support you and do it. So that's why when I was like, he was like, if you could find a gym, we'll take you over and we'll see what's up. So he'd always been supportive. And yeah, there was at some points where I would amaze him, honestly. He'd be like I'd hear him talk to other parents and stuff, and he was telling them what I did, and he was like, he amazes me sometimes, you know, and he's all like I'll see him do stuff, and I'm like, my son literally just did that, like what the heck, you know? And I was like, that means a lot to me as well, like having that support and everything, because
from the parents for sure.
Oh yeah, because when I first, so I'm gonna take off another train right here.
That's fine, man. It's fine.
So when I first decided to fully commit to my dream for parkour, I quit everything. Like I was doing really well in soccer, and like I was playing on good teams and everything like that. And like everyone literally saw me going somewhere soccer, but like that's not what I wanted to do.
It's not your passion.
Yeah, like I loved it, but it wasn't my passion, like you said.
Yeah.
But parkour just like spoke to me, cause like the way like it was more than like I have a video on my YouTube explaining it, cause I did it for like a project. But like, what I called it was called More Than Just a Sport. And the way like parkour has affected me, and the reason I love it so much is cause it's taught me more than just how to like flip, but it's taught me like life lessons. You know, like you say, when it comes to the fear and stuff. You know, it taught me how to overcome fear. So like, say maybe I was scared to go get a girl's number, and I was like, okay, well I could break this down into these steps, get over my fear and go and do it. Or maybe I was scared to go speak in front of a crowd, and I was like, okay, you know what? Just pretend this was like a flip over gap. What would I do to take this and make it less scary so I can commit and do this at full potential, you know? And so it taught me that. And also the community was just great. It was so supportive and everything. And honestly, it just like, parkour just made me present in life, you know? And like, I never found that in soccer, you know? Soccer, I never found the presence that parkour gave me in soccer. And I was like, it just made me feel like present, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
Not think about anything, and just, yeah, taught me how to do a lot of building blocks too. Like when it comes to doing new moves and stuff, like building up to them, taught me how to build up to stuff in life. So that's why I loved it so much. So that's why I wanted to commit to it. So I was like, okay, you know what? I was stuck with parkour and soccer, and I was like, damn, like I gotta choose one. You know, I can't do both.
At this age, what age are you like? You're trying to pick.
This was sophomore or junior year of high school. I don't remember. It was one of the two. I think it might have been sophomore. No, wait, yeah, it was sophomore because I quit soccer my sophomore year. So I was like, dang, okay, you know what? Like I made the decision. I was like, I'm going to quit soccer. I was like, I'm going to pursue parkour full time. I was like, this is what I want. I saw the art of motion. I was like, I want to do this shit for as long as I can for the rest of my life, because like this makes me truly happy. Yeah. And that's all that really matters to me when it comes to life. And so I was like, okay, so I quit, and the backlash that I got when I quit was terrible. Like I had people calling me dumb, people calling me stupid, people making fun of me. They're like, "Oh, you're gonna do parkour, like that stuff you see on The Office." They're like, "Oh, that's dumb,"
that's
you know. And like the coaches were just like, "Okay," and like I had like teachers literally tell me I was dumb for quitting because I had a future in soccer, and I was like, "Dang," you know.
Like, thanks for the support.
I know, exactly.
That's messed up. What the heck?
It was bad, and I was honestly embarrassed to chase my dream after that, because I was like, "Dang," so I kind of kept it to myself. Over the years I built up, and now I'm just like open about it. I'm just like, no, like I'm gonna win this.
Well, that's discouraging.
Fine.
Like, you know what I mean?
Heck
like a lot of people just being like, oh, you're not gonna play soccer no more. Like, what the heck? You can do parkour. Like, what the heck is that?
And
oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I didn't mean to interrupt, but it was like I've talked about this with like my friends a lot too, and it's like I just feel like, or we all feel like, that we hate on things that we don't understand. So like since there's like no community, or hardly is a community here in Albuquerque of parkour, like teachers, other people, they don't understand, they don't get it, they don't feel the passion for it either. You know what I mean?
And so, like also on that is like it's still a growing sport, you know? Like it's hard to make a living off this sport, and like everyone just called me dumb for that, because they're like, oh, like you could have made big in soccer, you would have money and stuff. And I was like, what's money without, like, I don't want money, I want happiness, you know? Like that's what I want for the rest of my life. That's what matters. Yeah,
you can have all the money in the world, and if you're not happy with all that money, bro, it's pointless.
Exactly.
That's what I think.
And like, yeah, it sucked, I ain't gonna lie. And also, like, after I quit, I was like questioning myself. I was like, did I make the right decision? I was like, dang, you know. And like people were making me do that, but I was like, you know what, like when I'm training, I'm not even thinking about this. So that's the whole reason I chose this path. So I was like, yeah, so I did that and everything, and it was kind of discouraging. And there was also one time one of the teachers, he told me, he was like, oh, you're dumb, like you had a future in soccer. And like I was fed up at that point. I like looked at him, I was like, nah, I was like you wait. I was like, one day I'm gonna walk back in this school and I'm be holding a first place plaque, and I'm gonna show it to you, and I'm gonna tell you the words you told me today. And he was like, okay, like chill, you know. And I was like,
that's good, bro.
You know, I was like, I was fed up with it. I was like, you know what, if people are gonna put me down, then I'm on my own, you know. Like I gotta do this. So, and
like, who are they to judge, you know?
Exactly.
What the heck? Like I'm not saying that teacher's like cool or like respects to the teacher, but like you're supposed to encourage a student to do whatever they want to do. Like that's a mess up from a teacher to do.
But it's like,
hey, if you're listening to this,
it's just like everyone just kind of goes with the norm or with the flow of like what's norm around the city or around the school and stuff like that. So it's
and in society, and like what
in general for sure.
Yeah, and what I like to call it too is like the path less traveled beyond. You know, like I decided to go left at the fork in the road, and that makes everyone uncomfortable. So you know, when people feel uncomfortable, they push things away. I'm like, well, dang, like that's like not right, but that's what people do. You know.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, so
that's respect to you, bro, because that's really different. Like a lot of people, like you said, a lot of people were hating on you, and it just I mean, like it makes you feel like crap, I bet, you know.
Oh, yeah.
And then at the same time, it gives you that like fire in you to like,
heck yeah,
like okay, I'm gonna go balls out, like I'm going to do this
heck
for
yeah.
sure, because
yeah,
it's understandable, man.
And like it's funny now though, cause like some of the people who were telling me that, they changed now, you know. They're like, oh, like I support you. I'm like, oh, you didn't support me when I first started, but now you see how hard I'm working, you know.
Yeah.
And now you're like, oh, I support you. I'm like,
that's with anything, bro. Like
Yeah.
a lot of people, like artists, they probably don't get like support at the beginning, but as soon as they blow up, they like get that support. But you always have support no matter what. Like even if it's at the beginning and it's a little, like it's still support.
Yeah.
But it's just crazy how it just turns around when people actually see success and stuff. Which kind of sucks, but at the same time,
yeah,
that's how people are. That's how people work.
Yeah.
They see things.
But
so.
keep at it, bro. Keep
thank
at
you.
it.
I appreciate it.
And like I'm just curious now, like, so is there any like state or like regional or like kind of like parkour, or like almost like Red Bull Art of Motion tournaments, but like
a state
here,
championship?
Yeah, just here in like the U.S. And then like can you use that to like qualify for the Red Bull thing, or is that like completely different?
No, there's not, but there have been competitions where they've tried that, where they've had like regional competitions to go to the main one. But like I said, the sport's so small, so like when it comes to like competition and stuff, they're really all over the place, and like people kind of do their own thing, because it's like you make kind of your own criteria, and everyone kind of follows like a basis of the same thing, but everyone will put their changes on it. So it's been hard to like grow it off of that, because like people are like, well, how am I gonna compete in a sport where I can't compete with like a set like
I get you.
grading system, you know? And like one of the things is FIG, which was the gymnastics foundation. They were trying to come in and actually like make our sport how theirs is graded, where it has to be like perfection and stuff. And like a lot of freerunners don't like that, because like the whole thing about this sport is like you're free to do your movement. You can flip out. It doesn't have to look pretty, but it might look pretty to like you, but not pretty to someone else. But you're free to move how you want to move, you know. But gymnastics has to be perfect and pretty, you know.
Yeah, stick the landing and
and freerunners don't like that. So obviously we shut that down. We pushed that away and everything like that. But so.
And how is that community, like the people that are shutting that down? They were like, nah, we're not going to go with that. Like, how do you get in contact with them, or how do you know about all that stuff? Is it like,
because it just goes around in the parkour community. Like you'll like see it on like posts and stuff, and then like you'll find ways like they'll be like, oh, sign this petition to make it like stop or whatever, you know. And like so we push them away. And I don't know how it went down, but like we like denied the FIG thing. So like that gymnastics grading system's like not even a thing anymore.
So like how do they grade? Like.
Or how do they pick up?
Yeah, because I mean, I saw the Red Bull, and I saw like the categories and stuff. But is that like official? Like that's how they that's how they judge, or that's how they grade the runs?
So I mean, like that's the basis of it, because like Red Bull was honestly like the first big competition, and the way they do it is off of like, what was it? It's difficulty, your flow, execution. I forgot the other two, but it's like stuff like that. So like how
creativity, right?
Yeah, creativity. There you go. There's another one, and like that. And like the hard thing about that is like the judges are usually people from like the free running community, because like if you don't really do parkour, you don't really know much about it. Yeah. And like it could be a little biased sometimes and everything like that. So that's one of the like the hard things, that you got like two sides of the parkour community, where people are like, oh, I like the competitions because I like to compete, but other ones are like, I don't like the competitions because like it's not fair and all this. So it's hard right now. It's all in a big old bowl and a mess.
Yeah.
So
this is different, but have you ever seen like that tag parkour? I don't know what it's called.
The World Chase Tag?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like isn't that similar to like parkour? Or?
So yeah, actually that was that started because of parkour.
Yeah.
And like
similar.
There used to be like there was another show that they had started this year. It was like MTV something, but they copied it. Because like the World Chase Tag was a YouTube thing. It wasn't on like actual TV, but like the MTV copied it and they started airing their own show.
Yeah.
And it was like garbage. And like all the freerunners like, nah, like this is stupid. Like you copied these people. Like these people need whatever. So like something happened, and then like that other show ended, and then the actual World Chase Tag actually got onto TV, and that was like recently, like a few months ago.
That's dope.
And like the whole reason they're doing that is to like spread what parkour is, and also like help grow the
Community, right?
community. Yeah. And like it shows like there's a competition that's up and rising that has like a set thing, and it's not like singular, it's like it's a team thing.
It's a team thing.
Yeah. So like if people want team sports, well, you could do this team thing in parkour as well. So
I was wondering, what do you do that as well? Let's say like you doing parkour and then parkour as a team. Like
Let's make a team right now.
hey, let's get it.
Let's get it.
Yes, sir.
And there's girls. It can be a mixture of like both, right?
Oh heck yeah, bro.
Like there's some talented girls that I seen in that tag thing. So
Yeah.
that's dope.
But
I was gonna ask also, when it comes to like creativity, do you just like music? What do you listen to like pump you up or?
oh, okay, I get what you're saying. So like, what like music do I listen to like get me to do something or like feel creative?
Yeah.
So like, it depends on how I feel. Like, if I'm like feeling flowy, I'll put like on some like chill music or like something that makes my mind like start going. I guess I don't know. Nothing too intense, but like something that's like, yo, like this is chill. I'm just gonna vibe, you know. And then I'll just try and flow around and like create something new. When it comes to big tricks, I used to like use music to like get me to do it. But the problem I found with that is when I'm listening to a song, I'll wait for the beat drop and I won't go when I'm ready. And if it goes past when I'm ready, then I won't be able to commit to the trick. So I stopped listening to music when I was like trying to throw something new. I just kind of like, I was like, I just got to do this without the music.
Now it's just like a flow thing, just to flow.
Yeah. But
I get you.
Music does play a good part. Like honestly, I'll just throw it on in the background so it's like not too quiet. Cause like if it's too quiet, I get in my head. But like if I have like something in the background, like it like not too loud where I'm focusing on it, but enough to where it's like, oh, like, you know.
So like white noise. Like
yeah,
in the background.
There you
like,
go.
Okay.
So I'm not overthinking.
Yeah.
There you go.
And is there any like places like in the United States that you want to go travel because it's like pretty cool, like obstacles or something like that?
Honestly,
you already
like
know about.
There are some pretty big places and everything like that, but like nothing I really want to go to. Like the only place I really wanted to go to was the Tempest Freerunning Academy, and that was like one of the biggest parkour gyms in the world. But they recently got shut down because of COVID, their biggest facility.
No way.
And yeah, now that shut down, I don't really have like a specific place. I'm just like, if I can go somewhere to where I can throw down hard, like I'll go.
And then it's safer as well, right?
Yeah.
Where'd you say that was again?
It was in California.
California.
Yeah.
What part do you know?
I think it was in like South Bay.
Okay.
I'm not too sure. But they also have 2 other gyms that are open. No, they have 3. 2 more in California, and then they just recently opened one in Texas.
Okay.
So do you encourage any of your friends to like come try out like parkour or some stuff like that?
Oh, yeah, for sure. So my homie Dean, he likes to try all kinds of things, you know. He likes to skate. He's an artist.
Okay.
So like he's big on that, but like, he also likes to try other things. Like,
Of course.
that's how all my friends are. But like sometimes he'll be like, yo, like, you want to flip? I'm like, yeah, come over. We'll like try some flips. And like he landed his first side flip like a few weeks ago at my house off a mat, and like we were all hyped for that. So that was cool. So I've been teaching him some stuff here and there.
They're very encouraging as well. So
Yeah.
that's sick, bro.
Just trying to spread the talent.
Can you teach me?
Heck
After
yeah,
the podcast,
bro.
we're gonna be freaking flipping.
Heck yeah.
No, but what about like in cheerleading? Like, I had a lot of friends that did like cheerleading, bro,
Yeah.
and they were all do flips and stuff.
Yeah.
Like tumbling?
Yeah. Did they ever encourage you to be like, yo, you should do that to practice?
Dude, no one encouraged me to do that, but the amount of schools that like the cheerleading teams from schools would text me and be like, yo, come join our team. I was like, hell no. I was not gonna wear tights and doing
For
flips.
real though.
Hey, but I mean, like, that would have been, like, a good kind of place to practice on your own, too, because they have the mats and stuff.
Yeah, but honestly, like, I don't know.
Because mostly flips and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, like you already got some down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Like, he needs to be, like, jumping off a roof. Nah,
You know
a
what I mean?
skyscraper.
Because honestly, like, when it comes to that, it's like, I'm not trying to sound cocky, but like, I was definitely better than the cheerleaders. And
Yeah, I
like,
get you.
Like, I would do one trick, and all the cheerleaders like, oh, I've been working on that for a year, and you just did it. I'm like, bruh. Like,
Yeah.
I've been doing this since I was, like, 8, so.
Yeah.
For real.
And that's why I like training with the parkour community that was like here, because like Louis Chavez, Zach Cox, Thomas Earhart, Kenny Sullivan used to train. Those are like the main 4, but they're killer. Like they're super good.
You still keep in touch with them?
Oh yeah, for sure. We still have a group chat and everything, but like most of them, we haven't been training very much. Like everyone's got their life thing going on, so it's been hard. And like
definitely.
I trained with Zach the other day, and like we were talking about it, how like the community's kind of dying here, and like, you know, and that's the hard part. And but I used to love training with them because like, so I'm gonna take this on another road again.
That's fine. That's fine.
So like, the hard part was why I was getting so good here is because I saw those guys training, and so I was working my butt off in the gym so that I can go and throw down when I went and train with them. Because when I would go, I wouldn't be able to do anything. I had like 3 flips, and then they were like throwing down these crazy lines, and I was like, you know what, like I want to be able to do that too. So I was working my butt off so I could go throw down with them. And like as the years went by, like I was getting good, I was getting better and everything, and like I was starting to catch up. But then they all started like dropping off, you know, and they stopped like training as much. And now we're here where like I need that motivation now, but it's not here anymore.
Yeah, you need that next level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I haven't like told this on my YouTube or anything like that. Only like my close family members know and everything. But I'm actually moving to another state, and they have a great community out there, and that's like my next step into my parkour journey. So once I graduate from high school, I'm moving out to another state, and that's where I'm gonna take my dream further. Yeah,
that's crazy.
That's good.
That's really good, especially because a lot of people have to move to pursue a dream. Like, you know, for example, Willie, the homie we had, he said he was leaving as well, like for a bit.
Yeah.
And it's you have to do things, you know, to get out there.
Because like honestly, there's like after a while, there's nothing left here for you. You know, it's like New Mexico, like this is as much as it could offer me. Like I need something bigger, or else I'm never gonna get to where I want to be.
Yeah,
so.
definitely.
But don't forget about New Mexico either.
Oh, never, bro.
Bring those facilities over here.
Yeah,
bro,
for real.
You're gonna have to
grow that community back up.
For sure, I'm so down for that.
Encourage all those young kids, bro. Yeah, because of Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, Assassin's Creed. That's one of the things that why I want to win the Art of Motion too, is because it's gonna bring people to my gym. Because it's like this guy won the Art of Motion. Like I want to get trained by him. I'm like, come over here. I got you. Like I'll train you. You know. So. Yeah.
That's very encouraging, bro.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? Okay, so it's differently. I've been asking everybody this, like, if you have any personal goals this year.
Personal goals? How so?
Like, any, like, it doesn't have to be parkour related. Like any other thing, like any other hobbies you wanna like get into or.
So one of the main goals, honestly, like, before I move, I definitely want to like spend a lot of time with my family and friends. That's one of my big goals, is just to spend as much time as I can with them. The voice cracks, damn.
You're chilling, bro.
I feel you.
Always coming up out of nowhere.
For real.
Another one of my goals, honestly, like most of my goals like happen with parkour, like just learning new tricks and stuff, or like getting over fear. Like it's hard for me to set goals here because like it's hard to get ambition in this.
Yeah,
like,
and then I feel like you're already at a point where your goals here are already met, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Honestly, yeah. You hit that right on the nail. Right, right the head, whatever you call it.
But hopefully now that you have like a goal of going somewhere else.
Yeah. Honestly, that's my goal, is just to be able to save up the money and everything and be able to get out of here when I want to get out of here. So.
Sounds good,
man.
Like,
when you move over there, do you already have like a roommate situation thing, or are you just gonna find a little apartment to yourself?
Nah, so actually I'm moving out there with my cousin.
Oh,
okay.
So
that's cool.
Does he also parkour, or he's just
no. So my cousin was the one I was telling you about who played the football, and he did, and he just recently dropped out of college, and we were talking, and I told him, I was like, well, I'm trying to get out here to go to parkour, like pursue parkour, and I was originally gonna move to LA.
Okay.
Because my other cousin was moving out there, and I was going to move out there with him, but his plans changed. And my second option, because I want to go to LA and then I want to go to Austin. And so I was like, you know what? Since I can't go to LA, I'm going to go to Austin. And my cousin was like, yo, like, I've been wanting to go to Texas too. I was like, well, why don't we go out there together? And he's like, yeah, I'm down. Because he was going to go out there with some friends, but he was telling me that his friends aren't very ambitious. And he said he wants to be around the ambition, people who want to go get something. So that's why he wanted to move in with me. So I was like, I'm down. So now we're just going to go out there and help each other. And he's going to be doing the stocks and everything like that. So.
Okay. Yeah, well, definitely what he says, you have to surround yourself with people that have like big goals, you know?
Yeah.
So they can encourage you to do big things as well. Because if you're hanging out with people that are not doing like the best things, or like not doing good things at all, you know?
You gotta surround yourself around the pack.
You gotta
bunch of wolves.
You gotta switch.
Stay hungry.
You gotta switch it up, bro. Because, jeez. it can bring you down as well. Like,
oh yeah,
having that
sure.
energy, you know, it gives you more energy. You're chilling with the right people.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And honestly, I've been fortunate enough to like be around people like that. Like you guys know Andres.
Yeah,
and
this is a homie.
my other friend Dean. They're both chasing their dreams as well.
Homie's hard, bro.
Yes,
Works
sir.
hard, man.
Oh yeah, they both do, and like it's inspiring to me. And like what's cool is that I inspired them to start chasing their dreams, you know, because like we were all kind of iffy about our things, and like Dean liked art and everything, you know, but he was like everyone was like school, you know, because everyone's engraving your head. All the parents like gotta go to college, gotta go to college.
Yeah.
And I was the first one to be like, you know what, like I don't want to do that. Like I don't.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna pursue parkour, there's nothing for me in college, you know. And I was like, I don't want to be all in debt and everything. So I was like, I'm gonna go for my dream. And then they saw me working hard, and then they eventually both were like, you know, we're gonna go for our dreams too. So we've all been chasing our dreams for like the past like 3 years, and like I've been chasing mine for like the past like 4. But then they hopped on the train like a year later. So that was dope.
That's good. That's encouraging, man. Like
yeah.
You inspired. You're a
them.
model. You're a role model to them. That's cool.
And it's cool that we all inspire each other too, cause like some days I'll be like, you know what, I'll like be doubting, I'll be feeling like quitting. I'll tell them like, yo, like I can't do this anymore. So then like this is getting hard, and they'll be like, no, bro, like look, like you've been working your butt off. Like look where you're at now, and they'll be like, if you quit, you'll be back where you started, and where you started, you were wanting to be where you are now. So you might as well keep going. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, you guys are right.
Progress is already there, bro.
Yeah.
You know, you
And like
keep going.
it goes in a circle too. So like if anyone's feeling down, they're feeling like doubting everything, we'll be like, nah, we'll just help each other out. So it's cool. It's good to be around for sure.
That's what friendship's about, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what real friends are for. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But throughout your journey, bro, don't have a doubt that we're gonna be supporting, bro. Like, like when you post something,
on your YouTube channel.
Yeah, let us know anything
Yeah.
that you want us to post and stuff, or to share. Send it to us, like, and that goes to literally anybody in Albuquerque.
For sure.
Like, you send us all your stuff, bro. We're gonna share it. Like, all the artists that there's out here, they need to send their stuff, because we're gonna share it as well. Like, we want people to grow. We want to grow together. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's much appreciated. Same with you guys,
bro.
dude. If you ever need me to post something, I'll post it real quick.
Of course,
post.
bro. We appreciate that as well.
that.
But,
For sure.
you know, like, once again, bro, thank you for being here. Like, this is awesome, because this is different. Like, it's really different and very encouraging. Like, very motivating as well, bro.
Thank you for having me.
The way
for
you
sure.
think,
bro,
it's pretty sick. Like, it's very encouraging to a lot of people. So
I appreciate that.
And we wish you good luck on
Thank
your
you.
journey,
we
and
hope the best for you,
we
man.
know you'll kill it, bro.
Heck yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. Hey, when I make it to the top, I'll be right back here again, bro.
Hey, bro. That's
Right
the
back
thing
here
we tell
again.
people that are going far, bro. We're like, yo, you guys gotta give us a second part, you know?
Yes, sir.
When you guys win, and like, or when Willie gets famous, and when you get over there and win tournaments, bro, you guys need to come back and be like,
give us
here.
an update.
Yeah,
True down.
that update episode, you know
Definitely,
what I mean?
for sure, for sure.
But everybody, thank you for tuning in.
Yeah.
And remember,
Keep
keep rising.